The documents lay between us like a ticking time bomb. She leaned back on the kitchen, counterarms folded, eyes shining with mockery. That grin, God, that wicked grin, made my fingers clench into fists beneath the table. This is what's best for both of us, she said, her tone dripping with superiority. You'll manage, she nudged the pan across the table. My name was already typed clearly at the bottom, just waiting for my signature. My hands shook as I lifted it, but not from sorrow. No, that feeling had burned out weeks ago when I uncovered the truth. She believed she had won. She believed she was leaving untouched. I looked up into her eyes, hiding the chaos beneath my skin. Then I smiled. You're right, I whispered, signing my name. This is for the best. The grin grew. She had no clue. I met Lisa when we were young and broke, fighting our way through the chaos of life. She had a talent for making you feel like you mattered until she didn't anymore. Late work hours, secret phone chats, new perfume out of nowhere, turning her screen away as I walked by. The signs were loud, but I chose to ignore them. I needed to believe she was better than that. But one night I found the confirmation in plain sight, a hotel charge in our shared bank account. A weekend I knew nothing about. One simple call to the front desk, and the name they spoke turned my blood to ice. David, my closest friend. I could have stormed in and let fury take over, but I didn't. That would have been easy, predictable. Instead, I exhaled slow, and I started preparing. The first phase was collecting evidence, not for me, but for leverage. I placed a key logger on her laptop, a tracker under her car. I became invisible in my own home, watching, listening, each lie, each hush call I captured. It was almost funny how reckless they had been, but my goal wasn't to expose them. No, that would have been too simple. I wanted her to experience it all. The pain, the shame, the fallout. Lisa thought she was walking off with everything, our home, my money, a new dream. With David, she didn't know I was quietly tearing it all away from her. The first strike was financial. Lisa never checked details in our statements, never asked where funds were going. As long as she got her way slowly, over a month, I drained our joint account into one in my name alone. Then I reached out to a forensic accountant, one who focused on financial deceit, like what Lisa had done by using our company's funds for her little romantic escapes. By the time she gave me divorce papers, I had already hit her with a separate lawsuit for fraud. The second attack was personal. David was married. His wife, Emily, was gentle and innocent in all of this, so I gave her everything: emails, messages, hotel bills, proof of their affair. The moment she opened that envelope, the dominoes began falling. David's perfect life shattered, his career at risk once Emily's attorney got involved, and Lisa, she was about to find out how cruel the world can be. It all exploded at the worst time for her during a public charity event one Lisa had organized for months, the kind of night that built or ruined status. She stood under lights, grinning for the press, soaking in praise. She didn't hear the quiet gasps rising through the audience. Then Emily entered, followed by David's boss and my lawyer. Lisa's grin twitched, the murmurs turned louder until the room stilled as Emily held up a file. Lisa, she said, her voice sharp and heavy. Silence. Care to explain this? The projector flicked on. Messages, photos, bank records, an ugly slideshow of betrayal. Lisa's face went pale. David sprinted out to side. The press lost their minds, and I stood in the back watching her world fall apart. She looked at me, then eyes wild, hands trembling. You did this. She breathed. I tilted my head, smiled, grinned. No, Lisa, I whispered, walking past her. You did this to yourself. A divorce settlement. She walked away with nothing. The lawsuit, active criminal charges looming, her reputation in tatters. Lisa had spent years plotting to leave me on her terms, but she never saw me coming as I walked out of that event, leaving her under a Storm of flashing lights and broken. Dreams I felt nothing but peace no. Rage no. Remorse just the icy calm of. Knowing that for the first time I was, finally, free. And as for Lisa, she found out the hard way that betrayal has a cost, and I made sure she paid every bit of it.